In this video, it's the brand new Hosim. This is the 10th scale X15 four-wheel drive truggy slash monster truck style off-road RC truck. Lipo, brushless power, should have all the features to get out there and have fun in the yard. So we're going to get it out of the box, give it a test, and just see how good it is. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's get this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. Oh, the truck, check that out. The truck looks awesome. Here is the controller itself. Good sized, actually. Fits the hand really well. Does require 4 AA's, which is pretty normal. On-off button with left-right LR trim, which I think is going to be steering trim. PCT trim, not too sure what that is. FR trim, not sure. So we're going to have to look in the manual and see what that is. In this little bag here, we have some spare body clips. We have a little brush for cleaning. You can store all that there in that bag. We have a little card that gets you connected into their sales customer service if you need it. Battery charger, some more body clips. Looks like servo horns, wheel nuts, some tools, and then the manual itself. Look at this, pretty nice actually. Has some details in there about what you should be expecting, what's included. Then back here in the back, we have part numbers for the different components, plus exploder diagrams. So if or when something does go wrong with this truck, you have the information you need in order to fix it. The truck also comes with 2 batteries. These are 1500 milliamp 2-cell LiPo batteries. Come with the standard Dean's plug and a balance port, which means, yes, you can use the simple basic USB charger that they provide, or you can use an upgraded, like full hobby grade charger, which will charge these dramatically faster and give you more control over them. Again, the truck here looking quite nice. I like this kind of truggy style, kind of racing style body that they have on it. I like these roof skids right here, big bumper and big wing. Wing is super duper flexible. Look at this. I mean, that is very, very flexible, which means it probably doesn't do much as a wing, but what it does do something as is a rear bumper. So, you know, if you crash and all that, this is going to absorb those impacts. Up here, this front bumper, big and durable. Looks like there's some LEDs behind that grille as well, so we're going to have to check that out. But big, durable front bumper, roof skid, so that when it crashes, it scratches that up and not the body itself. But let's go ahead and check that out. Look, we actually have tethered the body, so this is something you typically only see on some higher-end RCs, is actually a tether to the body, and there they've done that. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is not what I expected to see when I opened up the inside of the vehicle here. It is an ESC and receiver in one combo. That is not super surprising, especially at a smaller scale. They do claim this to be 10th scale. It's probably just a little bit small for 10th scale. 45 amp ESC in one unit. It does mean that later on, if you want to upgrade this, you're gonna have to buy more parts, because this is not only just telling the motor how fast to spin, but it's also doing the communication with the controller. So that means you have to upgrade a lot of stuff. What I is really surprising here, if you see that spinning, this is an Outrunner brushless motor. So I knew it was brushless, but I did not put one and one together that this is actually an Outrunner style motor. Very unusual to see this in a basher go fast vehicle like this. It's usually much more seen in a smaller crawler type application, and that is a itty bitty little tiny motor for a truck this size. So I will be very curious to see how that does and how hot it gets. It should provide us some good torque. It should provide us some good startup and low speed control. But will it be able to handle full speed bashing? Will it overheat? That kind of thing. We do have a 3 kilogram servo over here on the other side. Looks like it is 3-wire, which is a typical style. So if you have any issues with it, you will be able to find a upgrade replacement in the market. Plastic servo horn here, and it makes me a little bit concerned that they gave us 2 spares of these. because that is a little bit unusual. We would normally, if they upgraded and decided to put a metal one here, then we would have zero concerns about it and no worries about it stripping or anything. On the corners, we have some nice plastic control arms. These appear to be, yes, plastic drive shafts coming out of the ends, which is probably not the best. That is an opportunity for braking, but we'll drive it and we'll see how durable they just are. We do have, at least it looks like they're adjustable turnbuckles here, but nice big thick metal turnbuckles. So those aren't going to break on you at all. Now, one thing, you see that bounce. These are, they look like very nice shocks. You can see the external spring on there. It looks like some level of adjustment, but they are non-oil filled. And a good upgrade for this truck would be an oil filled shock to get rid of some of that bouncing while you're driving. Whenever it bounces, you're losing contact, you're losing control. The body does have a clear protective film on it. You have to rip around those plastic pieces that they have up there. They're very unfortunate, but it does look nice. Look at it. What I mostly am seeing here is specs and things from a smaller vehicle converted up to the 10th scale, and it makes me just a little bit nervous. It makes me a little bit nervous about the durability. This motor is a very surprising choice to me. Would not have expected to see that, but there's only one way really to find out if any of this stuff is really any good, and that's to go drive it. So let me get that battery charged and we'll go give it a shot. We have the battery strapped down in here, so we're going to go ahead and turn the controller on, plug the battery in, and then while we're not touching, don't touch anything on the controller. Steering works nicely. Alright, now this knob up here, according to the manual, is a speed control knob. So if we turn it way down, there you go. That can be pretty useful if you're handing this off to a novice driver for the first time. You can actually control the total speed. I'm going to go ahead and just turn it back all the way up. We have the LED shining there in the front. That's fun. First test, that's pretty good actually. That little motor that was in there, and it is pulling through this grass. Grass is a little thin right now. It's been hot out, but it's kind of tall, and I expected it would struggle just a little bit. Power's been good. The other thing I really appreciate is low speed throttle control is really good. No issues at all. So maybe that motor setup's a little bit better of a choice than I thought it was. But let's head to the backyard and get some jumps out and see how it does. There we go. Nice. There we go. Easy little slap wheelie going on there. It jumps nice and easy. That's about all it's got. That is basically, that's full throttle. So on that 2-cell LiPo, there's no such thing as a backflip or anything like that. Oh, back on the workbench, the motor's hot. ESC's a little toasty. I wouldn't think it would be shutting down for this. Maybe that battery's starting to sag a little bit, but I'm very curious anyway. I have a 3-cell LiPo that will swap right into that place. Will it power on? Will it let the smoke out? Can it run on 3S? When in truth, does it power on? Oh, it powered on. Does it go? Oh, that's going to be faster. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, this is wild. Oh, that is... It'll pull a wheelie. Let's see if it can last doing some jumps. Uh-oh. I have clicky noises. Ah, what is that clicky noise? Oh, yeah, that's a better jump, though. I think I might be front wheel drive only. Let's see. Oh, we're front wheel drive only. Well, it's actually, I think, probably worse than what I thought. So it's not this center drive shaft. That center drive shaft looks absolutely perfect, actually. It's when you hit the gas, it spins. There's a gear, the diff gear back here is just shredded. Oh, that's too bad, because this thing on 3S was going to be an absolute blast. Final thoughts on this Hosim, this X15. So what I see good about it, straight out of the box, is it looks good. And I believe so far from what I've seen, I mean, I drove it pretty tough. And the chassis, the suspension, all of that, absolutely had no issue. The drive shafts that were plastic that I thought would be a problem, not a problem at all. They actually did completely fine. So it looks cool. The chassis has a good durability overall. And it comes completely ready to run for a decent price. But of course there's some negatives. And the negative is if you drive it on anything more aggressive than the stock battery, if you put a 3-cell in it, you're gonna break some stuff. And the second piece of that is that if you leave it at the stock battery, it's a little slow. And so unless you are buying this for someone super young and you really are worried about total speed, I think it's too slow and folks are going to get bored with it. Now, this little brushless outrunner motor, it did dramatically better than I thought. I'm really happy with that. I did not expect it to do as well as it did, so good job on that. Long term, I didn't get to test that here, but long term we'd have to see just how durable it is as it gets grass and other things like that in it. We'll have to see, does it do good or does it not. But there we go. So it looks like rear diff is stripped. It's really too bad because otherwise this would have made someone a really, really fun vehicle. If you are interested and you're in the market for this kind of a vehicle, though, I have a whole vehicle reviews playlist that'll be popping up over here to your right. There's a bunch of vehicles that are in this price range that do pass all the tests and are a blast. And so I do recommend that you check out that vehicle reviews playlist and see what you can find over there, because there's some really good vehicles in this price point, in this size, in the market that you can have a lot of fun with. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.